Hello, friend. Welcome back to Couch Tales, Why We Do What We Do, the podcast where we dive into the funny, sometimes not so funny psychology of what makes us tick. I'm your host, Analia, and today we're tackling a question we've all wondered at some point. Why does every road trip somehow turn into a full-blown argument? Just a reminder, this is not professional advice. If you've ever been trapped in a car with a family member, trying to keep your cool while also resisting the urge to jump out at a rest stop, then this episode is for you. And today we're diving into the story of Susanna. She's 34 years old, loves a good iced coffee, and is mentally preparing for a 5-hour car ride with her mother. Now, Susanna loves her mom. Really, she does. But she also knows exactly what's coming. The questions, the judgments, the casual life critiques disguised as conversation. Like, when I was your age, I already had 3 kids. Or, so, when are you finally going to settle down? Or, you never visit enough. I don't even know what you do all day. Or worse, I still don't understand why you and Jason got divorced. Maybe if you had tried harder. And just like that, a perfectly good road trip becomes an emotional battlefield at 70 miles per hour. But wait, it gets better. Susanna thought she was the driver, but oh no, her mom is the real pilot, and she's got opinions. Susanna starts the drive with her favorite playlist, something upbeat to keep her sane. But before the first chorus hits, her mom reaches over and changes it. Ugh, this is just noise. Let's find something better. Cue elevator music station. The route debate. GPS says takes the highway. Mom, nope. Why are you going this way? I always take the scenic route. It's much nicer. Speed police. Susanna is going exactly the speed limit. But that doesn't matter. You're going too fast. Now you're going too slow. Oh my gosh, did you see that car? Be careful. And then comes the real fun. The pick a side trap. Somewhere between hour 2 and hour 3, Mom brings up the divorce. I just don't understand why your father did that to me. After all those years, he just walked away. But you always defend him. Do you even care what I went through? Susanna grips the steering wheel a little tighter. I don't always defend him, Mom. Well, it sure feels like you do. I bet if he were in this car, you'd be all laughs and smiles. Susanna takes a deep breath. Mom, can we just... No, really, just tell me, do you think I was the problem? Because that's what he made it sound like, but maybe you agree with him. And there it is, the landmine. The moment where Susanna realizes she's not just driving a car, she's driving straight into an emotional ambush. No right answer, no escape route, just 5 more hours of strategic silence and the occasional, So why do we do this? Why do car rides bring out the worst in us? Why does a road trip with family turn into an emotional match? Let's break it down. Number 1, the car is a pressure cooker. Think about it. You're in a small, enclosed space with nowhere to go. Unlike a normal conversation, you can't just leave the room. You're stuck, and that creates the perfect storm for tension to boil over. Number 2, the lack of control factor. In a car, only one person is in charge, the driver. But if you're already dealing with a controlling family member, like Susanna's mom, this can make things even worse. If Mom can't control Susanna's life, at least she can control the radio, the route, and the speed. Number 3, old wounds get triggered. Our families know exactly how to push our buttons because, well, they installed them. A 5-hour road trip isn't just a drive, it's an emotional time machine. Suddenly you're not a confident adult. You're 16 again, getting guilt-tripped into the kitchen. Number 4, what would psychologists say? Well, if the couch-loving father of psychoanalysis were here, he might call this a classic case of unresolved family dynamics. We carry our childhood relationships into adulthood, and sometimes that means reacting like we did as kids, especially under stress. Other thinkers would point out that conflict is often a sign of unmet emotional needs. In Susanna's case, she wants acceptance and respect. Her mom probably wants connection, but expresses it through control. How to survive the car ride without a meltdown or losing our mind. Number 1, the exit strategy. If you know the topics that trigger you, grandkids, life choices, the divorce, have a few neutral conversation detours ready, like, hey mom, tell me more about your worst road trip ever. Number 2, distraction is your friend. A good podcast, hey, like this one, an audiobook, or a killer playlist can help shift the mood. Number 3, breathe. And remember, you don't have to engage in every argument invitation. Sometimes silence is the best response. All right, that's it for today's episode of Couch Tales, Why We Do What We Do. I'm your host, Analia. If you like this episode, take a moment to follow, subscribe, and share it with a friend, and leave a comment on your experience on this topic. Until next time, friend, stay curious, stay kind, and if you're hitting the road, maybe let the passenger pick one song, just one.